Game 575, Game Engine Programming 2. So this is Milestone 1. So here's my FBX converter. There's really not a whole lot to show for here. It basically takes in FBX files and texture files, converts them to a raw binary format, and saves them into my archiver. My archiver is very simple. It can hold 1 to n number of resources, and it saves it in a raw, uncompressed format. And the archiver is being used on PA4 to extract the models. But every other than that, these FBX extractor files and TGA extractor files are unique to this project. Um, so let me go over the FBX. The TGA extractor is really simple. It's just pulling out what's important on the TGA file and saving it to the archiver. The FBX extractor is using the FBX software development kit. It's much more complicated. So it is optimized. It is optimizing each mesh. Each FBX can have 1 to n number of meshes, and after it extracts them and puts them in this unoptimized format, it sees it compresses the number of points, so you can have as few amount of points as possible, and that's what this uh, mesh optimize function does. And it does it for every mesh in the FBX. So to get everything working, first you need to build the release. I'm using the release because it's a little faster. Models. I have all the models here. Let me move these over. So all you got to do is really copy all these files and save and put them to this models folder. And then I have this generate models batch file, and it will just call the FBX converter and convert all of them. I have like the space frigate and the TGA, and it's saved to a .azol file. And you can do multiple FBXs, multiple textures. Some of these have like the war bear and the polar bear texture is saved to a bear's azul. Um, yeah, the tower has multiple. Yeah. So, anyways, let's run it. And here it goes, and it's saving everything into my archives, and it's done. And now I have these Azul files here. So here are my files. I have this resource names file that it also generated, and this is really useful because each resource must have a unique name per the resource file. And in the terms of the mesh file, like this, the space frigate is there. Also, I appended FBXs or meshes to have underscore FBX and textures to have underscore texture. That way, there won't be any conflicts ever. And where is it? Here. So like the Apache had 3 meshes in its file. Also, some of these models were really not set up well. They were missing textures. The textures were in PNG formats or JPEG formats. I converted them all to TGAs, and then if they were really large, I dumbed them down to 512 by 512. So that's that. Let me move these over. So here's PA4, and you go to the models folder, and I already have those Azul files are saved in the Perforce, but just proof of concept, I'll move them over. And yes, I want to replace them. And the 8 model files. And let's bring up the viewer. So here we go. Here's my 8 models. There's the frigate right there. Those annoying lines, that's the frustum. So the viewing frustum is the same size as the length of the camera. So that line in the middle, I think that's clipping the viewing frustum box. So that's why it looks so annoying. But in the orbital camera, it looks fine. It's just there. The orbital camera is twice the length of the free camera. So let me go back to the free camera. Okay, so there's the tower here. The tower had 2 meshes. There's a tower and the ground, and the Apache there. It had 3 meshes, the blades, and there it is. So it extracted them. So frustrum calling. V toggles the spheres on and off. I did not put coal spheres on everything. I don't have to. So I'd like the missile, the tower, and the ground do not have coal boxes. Everything else does. Red means it's in view of the free camera, and black means it isn't. Let me move it so I'm out of view of some of these. Okay. So now let me go to there. Let me go to the orbital camera so you'll see. There you go. So as soon as these meshes go touch the frustum column, frustum view frustum, they become active, or the sphere changes to red, and as soon as it leaves, it's black. So that is it. That's the assignment, and yeah.